Hey everyone, my name is Jedi and welcome to Coaching Changes Lives. So glad you can join us this week. Now this week we're going to talk about Motivation Monday and it's on little steps. Now if you're new to the channel, don't remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay tuned with all the latest updates that we have for you. Now this channel is dedicated to inspire every single soul that's out there, every single heart that's out there, because too many times around our world are things that are negative. We hear the negative news, we hear the depressing news, we hear news that are just dejecting, just pulling us down. But you know what? We need more encouragers today. We need people to bring hope into the world. We need more hope on the YouTube channels as well, right? I hope this video really encourages and lifts you up, to really gives you a hope and a purpose and a destiny for tomorrow. Okay, so today we're going to talk about little steps. And why do I say little steps? Because the journey forward begins with little steps. Now, I remember this when my child was growing up, my little one was growing up. One of the challenges he faced was learning to walk. So he was learning to crawl at first, and he was enjoying his process of crawling, and he would sometimes fall down. And as parents, you're always so afraid that your child falls down or knocks himself on the floor, and you're putting things all around, and I'm getting cushions and mats and laying them down really nicely. Hopefully, he doesn't fall. So yes, he didn't fall. Even if he fell down, he was saved, right? Because the floor was cushioned. And then I added more things because I worried that he might, fall even more. And so in the process of learning to stand up, I placed more cushions around. Now, the more I tried, I thought I was helping him, but little did I know that it was actually doing him a disfavor. Because what happened was this: my older child, when I placed so many of these cushions around, as he was learning to stand up and walk, right, he took a longer time than my second child to learn to walk. Why was that so? Now, I realized that on hindsight that as he was walking, the mats, although they were soft, but they were not strengthening the legs that was there. They were not strengthening balance in him. They were not strengthening his soul for him to feel what's it like to step on the ground. Because the cushion was soft, it gave him an inaccurate sense of balance. And so no wonder when he was walking on the normal path, he couldn't quite get that sensation of it. But you know what? Kids learn fast. And in just a couple of days and weeks, he just got back to normalcy as well. Now, when I look at that, I said, hey, why is it that they never seem to give up? Especially my second one. At a very young age, in a few months, he learned to walk already. And why is that so? Because whenever I see him walk, he saw his brother, and his brother was walking around, playing with him, and he would want to get up and stand up really fast. He wanted to stand up and walk. So he was walking, moving, and even if he fell down, it was okay for him. So I'm just wondering, I said, hey, why is it that for children, to them, they never think about, I need to get walking, I need to get moving, I need to learn these next steps, I need to get there, my objectives for today is to learn to walk 5 times, my objective for today is to do this. In their minds, they're not thinking about that. All I see in their minds were, let's have fun, let's play, let's have joy, let's wake up and play, and let's listen to mom and dad, right? Why are they doing all this all the time? So in my mind, it was a real curious moment for me. I said, hey, why does my children not be afraid of anything, and they just enjoy the walk, they just enjoy the process, they just enjoy taking a step forward and moving back and forth, and it doesn't seem to perturb them at all. Well, the simple truth is this: I realized that what they're doing was really about enjoying every single moment. They were not having a prescribed things of steps to do. They're not analyzing, brother, you've gone that wrong. You should take your right foot up first and then hinge it down. Dorsiflex your feet and then plantarflex it so you can move, and then hinge your ankle, use your quadriceps and your quads and your they don't do that. Kids don't do that. What kids do is that they just try. They just stand up. They fall, they try, and stand up again, right? That is really interesting. So I thought to myself, I said, are there principles that I can learn from my children today? In fact, let me tell you this. Many people go around the world in search of gurus to learn from, in search of mentors to learn from, in search of speakers to learn from. I always tell them, I say, hey, save your money on the speakers, right? There are too many speakers out there who claim to be a guru of this, guru of personal branding, guru of leadership, guru of, whatever, right? But you know what? A lot of these speakers, they're not living it out. A lot of these speakers only know how to talk, but they never actually live it out. To me, what's more important is this: it's not a profession of what I know, but it's a confession of what I understood and what is true to me. So what's going to be important is this: in those taking these little steps, I always tell leaders and coaches and speakers around, I say, hey, what you want to do, it's that little steps of just that curiosity. Think about this. A little child can teach us more things than a lot of books combined. To me, today many people go for books and seminars after seminars, but they don't realize that God has given us a gift of people around us, of children, to learn from them. When we look at the children, we begin to grow our childlike faith. We begin to see a whole new dimensionality. We begin to experience a whole new realm of things that we never quite understood. So in the eyes of a child, in the lens of a child, you begin to learn more than you ever thought possible. So my encouragement to you is this, right? Instead of looking everywhere around for solutions, sometimes the solutions to your problems are right there. Sometimes ideas and creativity are right there in front of you, but are you tapping on it? Or are you blinded by all that you're seeing? Or are you distracted by all that's around you, going in all directions rather than the direction that you are meant to be? Okay, so let me give you some principles to think about how you can take little steps forward wherever you go. Now, whether you're a coach, some coaches came to me and say, Jedi, you know what? I feel so much struggle. There's so many competencies I must get better at. Should I go for another company instead? Should I go for this other program instead? Should I go because they seem simpler? To me, is this: if you can overcome the challenge, guess what? You'll feel greater sense of satisfaction, a greater sense of joy, a greater sense of accomplishment than if you are, if you're trying to get a shortcut. Too often, many of us want to get a shortcut in life. No wonder it really shortcut your life, right? So one of the things I know is true is this, right? Don't rush for shortcuts. And many people love cheat codes, shortcuts, but one thing is true: there's no shortcut to life. But there is one thing that's true in life: is this: don't give up. Every step of the way, don't give up. When I see the little child, the principle I learned is this: they never gave up. They wanted to have fun, and they use the fun to drive them. They use the fun to fuel them. They don't use the fall to stop them from trying again. So I remember my younger son, when he was running, he would fall and he would injure his leg. But you know what? The next moment he stands up and then he looks around and starts running again. Why? Because the attachment of pain was not as strong as the attachment of pleasure. To him, I want to enjoy life. I want to just go for it. I want to play. And that gives him more encouragement and strength. So let me share with you 3 principles you can think about of having taken the little steps forward. Principle number 1 from the principles I learned from my children is this. Number 1 is little steps of joy and excitement. Little steps of joy and excitement. Put a little joy, a little excitement in every step that you take. Many times when we face life, when we face situations, we tend to take a step back. We tend to have lower energy. We tend to have lower vivaciousness. But you know what? Add some joy, add some excitement to your steps, right? Even if you're taking a small step forward. For example, I'm building a coaching company and I hope to coach people from all over the world. Every single month we have new classes that's launching and we want you to join the class as well. But you know what? I can go around and say, wow, how do I feel the next class? How do I get more people to sign up for our classes? How do I get more people to sign up for my coaching programs? How do I do that, right? If I focus on the how to, no wonder I feel the pressure, no wonder I feel the stuck. Instead of feeling that, I'll ask myself, hey, how can I enjoy this process? How can I make more fun on it? Well, I create more videos, I create more podcasts, I create more materials because that excites me. It gives me a sense of joy and satisfaction because guess what? The more people I can help, the better it is. If I can help change one life who's listening to this video right now, guess what? I've done my job. And that one person can take this message forward to the next person. I have created a system where I can create a paid forward system by letting people watch the videos, pay it forward, teach another person, encourage another soul, encourage another heart. And that is so important in the coaching process. Encouragement is so critical. Now, if you can do that, you are able then to help another person move forward in their lives, in their careers, in their relationships as well. So that's number 1. Little steps of getting more joy and excitement in what you do, right? So if you open your books, if you're doing certain tasks on a daily basis, ask yourself, hey, how can I get more excitement, more joy in this? How can I, lift up my mood? How can I actually get more energy forward? How do I actually move forward, despite and in spite of what I'm feeling right now? Because you know what? Your feelings are temporal, but every step forward is a step towards. Every step forward is a step towards your greatness. And that's what I always tell coaches and tell clients all the time. The step forward is a step towards your greatest potential. Now, number 2, little steps of fun. When was the last time you had fun? When was the last time you give yourself a break to have some creativity running through your brains, to have some creativity running through your hands, to have some creativity running through your body? When was the last time you had fun? Well, many times I've asked coaches and leaders this one question: when was the last time you had fun? And they often tell me, well, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about that. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not too sure about this and that. No wonder they're not enjoying life because they're putting all that fun aside To me, when you have fun, something else happens. I have fun creating these videos because you know what? I love to share, I love to talk about things, and I'm an introvert, right? I mean, perhaps you are an introvert as well. To me, talking to a large group of audience could be scary. But you know, I learned along the years that I'm not talking to an audience of many, I'm talking to an audience of one. I'm just speaking to one person who's watching this video. I don't need thousands of likes, but what I want is that one person who will hear this message and his life is transformed, or their life are transformed, and that will encourage me. So add a bit of fun in your element of playmix, right? Make it exciting, make it fun and enjoyable for you, because you want to be able to experience that fun for yourself as well. Okay. Now, number 3, what you want is that little steps of hope. Now, hope is this. Hope is a constant expectation of good to come. Now, it doesn't matter what is before you, what doesn't matter what you've experienced before, but what really matters is this, that we look forward to say, hey, you know what? Every step forward, I'm going to get hope, right? At least I'm moving forward. Even if I go backwards, at least I'm learning something. Rather than being stuck in this moment, every small step is a step forward. To me, we are actually strengthening the muscles in our legs, strengthening the muscles of our heart, strengthening the muscles of our mind to really move forward. You know, the coaching journey is a tough journey. Many coaches coming through the journey towards ACC, PCC, MCC, they struggle a lot because guess what? There's so many things that they're dealing with. It's not just the skills of coaching. Coaching is one of the most unique profession ever because it's not just the skills. It's also the profession of coaching as well that you got to learn. There's so many different areas that you're working on all the time, and that's why it's making coaching a bit challenging as compared to many other professions. You got to work on yourself, you got to work on different areas, and plus you got to work on your skills as a coach. No wonder coaching takes a while, it takes time. But in this process of taking time, sometimes people get discouraged, sometimes people get dejected. But I want you to know this. Don't get discouraged, don't get dismayed. I want you to experience what we call an overflowing abundance, an overflowing goodness and abundance in this whole process. And that's going to be really key for you in taking the next step forward. Okay, so there you have the 3 steps of how you can take little steps forward towards your goals today. Now, I hope this message will encourage you and encourage your hearts for those of you listening there. And you know what? There's wisdom all around us. There's learnings all around us. Sometimes, to me, taking a pause, taking a step back, you learn more than moving forward all the time. So give yourself some space and some time this Monday as you think about how can I move forward in life? How can I extract the learnings of life? How can I look at the plants, look at the trees, look at the birds, take a breather, and to really enjoy every single moment? To me, enjoying the moment, it's more important than trying to reach to a particular goal. You may strive towards a 10-year journey, but you know what? The journey of experience is more important than the destination. The journey of experience is more important than the destination. Every single step of the way, it's a step towards your goal today. Now, there you have little steps forward. I hope this message have encouraged your heart. If it does, leave a comment below so that I know this is encouraging you, and share me your thoughts, your ideas. And if this has actually helped you or your friends, do share this message as well. Share this with your friends around the world, and do remember give a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, because we want to encourage more and more people around the world with our message of hope, of peace, of joy, and celebration. Well, there you have Jedi here at Coaching Changes Lives. Until next time, I'll see you in our next video.